I'm Allison from MuchMusic.com, and I'm here with Mr. Jonas.
Hello, hello.
Excited? You haven't been here for a while. We were waiting for you to come back.
It's been quite a while. I'm very happy to be back. It feels good.
And you're coming back as a solo artist, which is exciting. Fast Life is out September 6th. What can you tell us about it?
Well, Fast Life is a record I've been putting together for a while now. It's been about a year. And the past 6 months have been the gist of it. Yeah. It's been fantastic. It's been so much fun to be able to just work on this project and just write and kind of work with some people that I've never worked with before. So I'm really looking forward to it. And
I heard the album last night. I was there. It sounded great.
Thank you very much.
It sounded like it was just you. There weren't any vocal collaborations.
Yeah, there's not really any duets or anything like that on the record. I wanted to be able to make my first record kind of by myself. I left room for remixes if somebody wants to be a part of a song down the road, but right now it's just myself.
And everyone knows that you worked with Chris Brown on your single. Did you work with any other songwriters? Because you worked with a lot of different producers.
Songwriters. I worked with everyone from James Fauntleroy, who did a bunch of stuff in his career, and to Rob Knox, to a couple others. Kevin Cossum, and a few others I can't remember at the moment, but some really great guys. I love working with these people, and they really pushed me as a songwriter to kind of be honest with my lyrics and just go for it.
Yeah. And when I was listening last night, I could tell some of the tracks that Danger was on. He has a very distinct sound.
Yeah, he does.
Did you have a wish list of producers when you set out to do the project?
Absolutely. I felt like I dreamt about working with a lot of different people, and I wanted to work with totally new producers that I've worked with in the past, and it just kind of came together perfectly. When Danger heard my ideas, he really took it and ran with it and came up with some really cool concepts.
Yeah. And it's very different from the Jonas Brothers, which is what, of course, we are used to hearing you.
Right,
Were you anxious at all going into the studio thinking, are these producers going to get that I want to do something totally different and that I'm not doing what I do with my brothers?
I was definitely anxious to see what they would come up with, and I felt the pressure myself to just go with it, just to say, okay, here we go. Like, I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm really going to try to write a whole different new sound, and luckily, just working with them, it was a lot easier.
You've been in the public eye for a long time. You started young with your brothers in Disney, and you've now kind of made the step into adulthood with a solo career. People tend to be very judgmental and harsh on teens who then transition into adulthood in music and in movies, especially teens that started in Disney.
Right, yeah.
Were you aware of that? Was that kind of in the back of your mind that people are really going to look at this with a critical eye, or that your fans are still quite young as well?
That was in my mind for sure. I assumed that people are going to kind of think of, whatever sound they might think I'm going to go towards in a direction, and I kind of like to shock people in the way of them being surprised. Oh wow, I wasn't expecting it to sound like this, and luckily I feel like the record is mature, but it's not like I'm trying to force it on anyone. I'm 21 now, so I'm a bit older than when I first started with my brothers, so the things I'm talking about in the relationship stories I'm talking about are a bit more mature for people to kind of listen to and relate with.
See No More is doing amazing. We play it all the time. I love it.
Thank you very much.
It's very personal, though.
Yeah, very personal.
Is that, and it's a breakup. It's difficult. Is that difficult when you're getting on stage every night and you're kind of reliving it because it's so personal, or is it therapeutic to get it out every night?
It can be therapeutic. I try to put myself in my mindset when I perform the song and where I was when I wrote that song.
Yeah.
And even when I write a song, I feel like once I write it, I feel happy again. I feel relieved.
Yeah.
I don't sit around and mope every time I hear it. I feel like I'm pretty good about it, and I'm happy with how it turned out.
When you wrote with your brothers, there could be kind of, maybe that's Nick writing or maybe that's Kevin's story, but when you write now, people know that's your story you're writing about.
Right, yeah.
And it's very personal. Was that difficult to really open yourself up on your solo record?
I feel like for me, I wanted to be able to open myself up and force myself to do that, because it can be difficult when you write by yourself, because you're pretty much showing people your journal, and I wanted to be able to just go for it and not hold anything back and be like, all right, this is my life, this is what I went through, and I feel like every artist has the opportunity to do that.
You're at a listening party last night and you're watching people listen to your album for the first time. Is that daunting? Because people are seeing really you for the first time.
Absolutely. It's quite bizarre to see people just kind of listening to my music, and it makes me happy. I look around, I'm watching everybody when they were listening to the music, because I just want to see the reactions, and if they like it, or if they don't like it, and what song they like more. It's cool to see.
It seemed like Fast Life would be a really good single. I just want to throw that in there.
Well, I'll make sure I remember that.
Yeah, it was great.
Thank you very much.
The video is beautiful. I want to talk to you a bit about that.
Sure, yeah.
Paul Miner directed that, and he does great things. He does a lot of stuff with fire and light and smoke in his videos, but you had all those elements in your video.
Yeah.
And you came up with a concept and you were looking for a director. Did his past videos play a big role in working with him?
Absolutely. Because for a while, I always watched what he was coming up with, and I was inspired by the things he's created.
Yeah.
And I wanted to really find somebody like Paul Miner who would be able to kind of push me as a performer, and the concept he came to the table with was the exact kind of idea I had in the beginning, which I wanted the house as a metaphor to portray kind of what's going on in your mind, how you can't escape those strong memories of whether if it's a dress, whether if it's an article or clothing, whatever it may be that reminds you of that person. You just literally don't want to see anything. You're just like, this is killing me. And he really created a cool, bizarre concept.
Yeah. The explosion scene is amazing.
Yeah, that was fun to film too. The first time we filmed it, there was like a lot of explosions, and it was just, all it is air compressors, and it just shoots amounts of air, and then the walls explode. It's pretty crazy.
Now, I know you're a bit of a gadget guy.
Yes.
You travel with everything.
Oh yeah.
Are you a user of Shazam?
Of course.
I'm a big fan of Shazam. And sometimes I try to sing songs and it never recognizes. But have you ever tried to sing your own song into it?
I haven't done that.
Should we do it today?
Why not?
This is really me trying to get you to sing with me.
Let's try it. I'm very interested myself. I don't wanna wait for you. I don't wanna wake up thinking, hoping you gon' get it right this time. 'Cause you know that you're so cold, and I don't wanna see no more.
Beautiful.
No, it didn't work. I don't sound like that
You
guy.
don't sound like Joe Jonas.
It seems like I'm trying to figure out if it goes with the beat of the music or the vocal.
I feel like maybe if you hummed, that
There's
might
a
be...
hum app now.
Oh wow.
There's a humming app that you can find songs that way.
Yeah, that's clever. That's clever. Well, it was so nice to meet you. Can't wait to see more videos and hear the rest of the album and see you on tour and come back. It's been a while.
Actually, yeah.
I missed you at the MMVAs this year.
No. Maybe next year I'll host.
That was great. Thank you very
Very much.
much.
Good to see
Really
you.
nice to meet you.